I trusted that school, I really did. And then they showed us who they really were, and we never went back. We were forced out of private Christian school with 2 teenage daughters, 8th and 10th grade, and absolutely no backup plan. Most people prepare for months. They buy the curriculum, they buy the philosophy, they join a co-op. We didn't do any of that. We just stopped. And here's the thing. Everyone tells you that if you don't keep them busy, they'll fall behind. But that first month, we didn't do a single thing. And that boredom, it didn't ruin us. It saved us. It was jarring. We were used to a system that told us exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to measure success. You get the grade, you pass the test, you move to the next level. When we pulled them out, I spent weeks just trying to catch my breath. I'll be honest, I was terrified. I looked at my girls, 2 smart, capable teenagers, and I realized I didn't actually know what they were learning. I just knew they were doing it. They were checking the boxes. They were getting through the day, but were they actually getting anywhere? And you know what? When you take away the bell schedule, the pressure, and the curriculum boxes, you're left with a question that feels a little bit dangerous. What is education actually for? For the first few weeks, they were bored. I was bored. My kids could already read and they could already write and do math, so they just sat there. They slept, they stared at their devices, they were bored. And I panicked. I thought, this is it. We failed. We're going to live in a van down by the river. But then something started to shift. Because they weren't being forced to consume useless information for 6 hours a day. They started doing other things. They started to think. We started to have conversations. We started to talk about what we believed, what our values were. They started asking questions about things that had nothing to do with a test. They started reading books that I had not assigned. They started using that boredom as a blank canvas. And we started to think about what their lives were going to be like in a few more years. So if you've ever sat in your car in a school parking lot and thought, is my kid actually okay in there? I see you. And you don't need a degree to teach your kids. You just need the right tools and the courage to stop following a failing system. Because it is scary. If you're finding value in this video, follow along. We are documenting every step of this, the good, the messy, and especially the why. I started looking back at older standards like the McGuffey readers, Ray's arithmetic, just basics like reading, writing, and arithmetic. These books do not dumb down information. They assume your child is capable of hard things, because they are. And that's when I realized the system wasn't failing because it was too hard. It was failing because it was designed to keep them occupied, not capable. The boredom wasn't the enemy. The constant busy work distraction of modern schooling was the enemy. I'm not an expert. I'm just a mom who stopped listening to the system and started listening to her own kids. And I started thinking about things critically. We still don't have a perfect plan, but for the first time in years, we have a purpose. Don't let them tell you you're not enough, because you are. I'm Allie. This is our homeschool story. Follow along.